In which war did you serve?
World War II.
And what was your branch of service?
Army.
And what was your highest rank?
U.S. Army Sergeant.
Sergeant. And what general locations did you serve? Where were you mainly serving?
France.
France.
Mainly in France and the Rhineland.
And the Rhineland. Were you drafted or did you enlist?
I was drafted, but I got deferred, and I went in the Army actually in January, I think.
Okay, good. You're jumping ahead of me. Where were you living at the time?
260 West Main Street.
Okay, you were living here in Canaan?
Yep.
Okay. And why did you join?
I didn't join. They drafted me.
They drafted and then you were deferred. Okay, so they drafted you. Okay. And they drafted you into the Army, or did you have a choice?
No, they took me in the Army.
Okay.
I didn't have a choice.
Do you remember your first days in the service, when you went off to the service? Training?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
I was in Fort Benning, Georgia.
Okay.
Down there on the Harmony Church area. And I'll never forget it. That's when you have all your training.
Okay. What kind of training did you get? What were some of the experiences of boot camp? What did you have to do?
For training?
Yeah.
Digging foxholes.
Yeah, a lot of marching too?
Marching, yeah.
Okay. Do you remember any of your instructors?
None.
None? Okay. How'd you get through it? Must have been pretty tough.
You get through it. It's easy when you're doing it.
Oh, okay. And then after boot camp, where did you go?
At the boot camp, I went to Fort Jackson, South Carolina.
Okay.
And that's when we really started our Army training.
All right. What did you do there?
Oh, lots of stuff. It's advanced training.
Advanced training. What did you think of the place when you got there? Did you have any impressions of it?
I was stunned.
You were stunned?
Yeah.
How come?
It was so nice.
It was so nice. Good, that's good. So what was part of your advanced training there?
Shooting,
Okay.
cleaning rifles,
Okay.
etc., etc.
And then where did you go?
From Fort Jackson,
From Fort Jackson, right?
I went to Camp Shanks, New York, for POE.
What's that?
That's when you get on a ship and they send you overseas.
Oh, so you were deployed from there?
Yep.
Okay. Describe what a typical day would have been like for you in the service.
When you got up, it was still dark. And you got on, went marching first. That's about it. You marched and you I can't really think of what it was.
Okay. Did you see any combat?
Not there, no. Not till I got overseas.
Okay. What was it like once you got overseas?
It was like hell.
It was like. What was a typical day like when you were overseas then?
Well, when I was going overseas on the ship, it was like a cruise. But when we got there, there wasn't any cruise.
And then what happened when you got there?
All hell broke loose.
All hell broke loose. Were you brought to your first assignment?
Yep.
Okay.
In a foxhole, shooting the Germans.
Wow. And where was that?
I was in Cherbourg.
Cherbourg. Were there any casualties in your unit?
A few.
A few.
Not too many. We learned to keep our heads down.
And you weren't a prisoner of war, right?
No.
Okay. And then where did you go after Cherbourg?
To the front lines.
You were in the front lines?
Yeah.
Okay. And what was it like there?
Oh, you don't want to know.
Oh. Did you get any time on a base or a post to eat and sleep or anything?
No, they moved us right up to the front.
Moved you to the front? And then what happened there? Were you in a foxhole there?
Yep.
Okay. What about sleeping and eating? Did you have any time to do that?
Any what?
Sleeping and eating?
No.
No?
You didn't have time for that.
You didn't have time for that.
They didn't feed you anything?
Huh?
They didn't feed you anything?
Yeah, you ate while you were fighting.
What did you eat?
Sea rations.
Did they get you rations or food to eat?
Yeah, food rations.
Food rations? Yeah. Okay, they would get them to you in the foxhole? And how long were you in the front line?
20 days.
20 days.
In that 20 days, I got hit twice.
Where'd you get hit?
First time in the shoulder. Second time, they broke both my legs.
Ooh. Now, did you go to any medical area for your shoulder?
Yeah.
Okay, so they did get you to an army hospital or a field.
Pass me up. No, you just go back off the line. They pass you up, then you go right back up on the line.
What about when your legs were broken? What happened then?
Well, it was at night, and they put me down in a foxhole. I don't know. Oh hell! In a pillbox.
Yeah. Okay.
Put me down in a pillbox and worked on me. The medic down there patched me up. Then they pulled me on a Jeep and took me to the back towards Paris. And in a couple of days I got to Paris. And they operated on me there. Then they sent me back up to go to England.
How did you break your legs?
I was shot in both legs.
You were shot in both legs? So you were out of the foxhole?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Were you awarded any medals or citations?
I got 2 Purple Hearts.
Because of your injuries?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we already have this injuries. How did you stay in touch with your family when you were there? Were you able to?
I didn't.
You didn't? You couldn't keep in touch with it?
I didn't keep in touch with them till I was back in the States.
Okay. So you already said, I'm supposed to ask you what the food was like. It wasn't so great?
Rations.
Rations. Did you have enough supplies?
Yep.
Like firearms and all of that?
Plenty of that.
Okay. Did you feel pressure or stress when you were there?
Stress?
Stress?
You don't know what stress is.
How did you handle it? Because you were there and you had to handle it.
You had to handle it, just did it.
You just did it? You were with your buddies and you all supported each other?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was there anything special you had with you for good luck? A good luck charm or a picture of anybody? No?
Nothing.
Did you ever get to be entertained, go to a place where You were playing cards, or you got a break to do anything like that?
No.
Wow. Did you see any USO shows when you were in Europe?
No.
Did you ever get to go on leave when you were in the service?
No.
No. You were just there fighting the whole time.
I was right up on the front lines.
Wow. Do you recall any humorous or unusual events? You can tell us, even if you didn't get in trouble.
Nothing humorous.
Anything unusual
No.
that you would want to share? Did you pull any pranks on anybody when you were in boot camp or anything?
No.
No?
Innocent face.
What did you think of the officers and your fellow servicemen when you were over in...
My fellow men were very nice.
They were?
Yeah.
What about the officers?
Yeah.
Did you ever keep a journal or a log?
What?
Did you keep a journal or a log? Did you
No.
write down any of your thoughts or anything? It's all right here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then when your service ended, that was when you got injured and you were sent first to Paris?
And then they flew me to England,
Okay.
to Warminster, Wiltshire County, England. That's where they operated on my legs
Okay.
and put me in a full body cast.
Whoa. Wow. And then when after that, did they discharge you and send you back to the States?
No.
Or did you have to stay there?
Then they sent me from there to Prestwick, Scotland,
Okay.
Prestwick, Scotland, to the Azores, to Bermuda, to Mitchellfield, Long Island.
So that's how they transported you back to the...
Yeah.
Did you have any operations on the way? Did they do anything
No.
with your legs?
Well, just treatment.
Just treatment. Okay. What was your homecoming like when you got back to Canaan?
Well, when I hit Camp Upton, I got there at night. I went to bed. When I opened my eyes in the morning, my mother and father were standing at the foot of my bed.
Oh, that's awesome. So they came down to meet you there? Okay. Your dad drove down?
Mm-hmm. And met me there,
Where was Camp Upton?
Long Island.
Long Island. And then what did you do in the days and weeks afterwards? You were still recovering from
Yep.
your injuries? Did they bring you home here to Canaan?
Yep.
Okay.
How'd they know you was in?
How did your family know you were at Camp Upton?
The Army must have notified him.
They must have kept in touch. That was great. They brought you down. Did you eventually go back to work or go back to school? Had you been in college or school before you went into the service?
Yeah. Then when I got out, I got back. I went to. I eventually ended up in pharmacy college.
Really? Okay. Where was that?
Albany.
And was it supported by the GI Bill?
Yep.
Good. Did you make any good close friendships in the service? No.
No.
So you don't keep in touch with any of the people
No.
you knew? Okay. So what did you go on to do as a career after the service?
I became a pharmacist to help my dad in the store. I worked there with him, filling prescriptions, until he died. Then I took over, and I ran it.
Okay. And how did your military experience influence your thinking about war or the military in general?
You don't want to know.
No?
Oh.
Okay. Do you join any veterans organizations? Good. What do you belong to?
I belong to the Yankee Division Veterans Association.
Good.
I belong to the VFW and the American Legion,
And that's
and the AMVETS,
Oh, that's a good one.
that enough?
Yep. That's great. That's good. It's good you do that. Do you ever attend reunions?
Huh?
Do you ever attend reunions?
Once.
Once? Okay. Was that okay?
No.
No?
I went to one reunion. There was only 5 of us there for my outfit. 3 of us were walking. The rest were in wheelchairs.
Okay. Was that quite a long time ago?
Mm.
Okay. How did your service and experiences affect your life?
Well, when I came home, my dad was working like mad in the store. I was supposed to I had a 4-year scholarship to the University of Maine for engineering. But instead of that, I went to pharmacy college to come back and help my dad.
Is there anything you'd like to add that hasn't been covered in the interview?
Not that I know of. You've covered just about everything.
Yeah. So do you feel good about doing this interview? Is it a good thing?
It really was.
Okay. Good. Well, thank you for your service, Mr. Phair. You're very special. And thank you for agreeing to do the interview.
You're welcome.